I'm demonstrating how to use ancient methods to uncover mysteries in the New Testament. And I'm going to take you into words of Jesus where he said, "I did not come to bring peace, but a sword." So how do we make sense of startling words spoken by Jesus? And he's talking, by the way, to his disciples. And remember I told you, listen for anything strange or startling. Well, we've got something strange and startling. And after all, God represents peace. Peace from pain and suffering of this world. So why will Jesus bring the agony of war? Why? And then what happens is there's a quotation from Micah, and that's going to be our clue. So we read in Matthew, "Do not think that I came to bring peace on the earth. I did not come to bring peace, but a sword." And Jesus is talking to disciples. That's very important for you to understand. Disciples are the ones, we have learned, that can uncover these mysteries in the New Testament because they're growing closer to their Lord and they're willing to do the work. You know, you can't just listen to me. I'm teaching you how to do it. You have to do the work. Let's go on. And Jesus continues, "I came to set a man against his father, to set a daughter against her mother, a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a man's enemies will be the members of his household." It's quoting from Micah, and we have to go back to Micah. "The remnant of Jacob will be among many peoples, like dew from the Lord, like shadows on vegetation, which do not wait for man," which means they have eager expectation of something that's coming in the future, or delay for the sons of men. This is given to us in the form of Hebrew poetry. Hebrew poetry has parallel lines. So the remnant, look down, are the ones who are waiting with eager expectation for the future. And this future, and this eager expectation, and this knowledge of the future is like dew. Dew brings new life. If you do not have a full understanding of what's happening in the future, you can't have eager expectation. And the remnant have this eager expectation of the future, and they will be among the nations, among many peoples, like a lion among the beasts of the forest, like a young lion among flocks of sheep. And it's showing this lion tearing apart, these people that are against God, all right? Which, if he passes through, he tramples down and tears, and there is none to rescue. What's going on? Jesus is teaching his disciples that in the future there is going to be a battle against Satan, and those who are a remnant who are worthy are going to participate with Jesus to defeat Satan. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be a mighty battle. But you have to be worthy to participate in the remnant. Now we're going to go back to Matthew, and in Matthew Jesus says, "Let me tell you who's not worthy. He who loves father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. He who loves son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. He who does not take his cross and follow after me is not worthy of me." Who's worthy of me? Disciples are workers who are worthy of the support they are given. That's in this passage in Matthew. Those are the ones who are worthy. They're workers. Certain individuals can be worthy. A house, all those in the house can be worthy, which is very interesting because you have the ability to influence your house, your household. "I have not come to bring peace but a sword" is talking about the expectation of what's going to be in the future. Who is going to be with him at that time? A remnant. Who will be the remnant? The ones who are worthy and prepared and ready. Does that mean that they're the only ones who are going to be saved? No. It means that the remnant has a role to play in God's great plan to redeem all of his people, to bring them all into his presence. So how are we using these ancient methods? We have listened to something that was strange and puzzling. We've seen that there was a quotation from Micah. We've gone back to Micah. We've read Micah in the context of that verse that was quoted by Jesus. And we see that it's talking about a remnant, and the remnant are the ones who are worthy because they are dedicated followers of their Lord Jesus Christ. And those who are not worthy still belong to God, but they're not going to be in the remnant and participate with the remnant in the next step of what will happen. And those who are disciples have this eager expectation. They know what's going to come, and they know the role that they're being asked to play. And if you don't, You might want to get my books on the remnant. You can find them on Amazon. So I've given you an example of using ancient methods, and I'll give you another example in the next teaching. I trust this series on uncovering mysteries in the New Testament has convinced you there is a much greater depth to the gospel of Christ than is currently being taught. If you want to know more, we have a self-study course called Hebraic Methods of Bible Study on Udemy that you can take at your own pace when you are ready.